Have you heard of the male advantage? Being a man is not easy. It is one of the toughest jobs, but it has a lot of rewards as a man, right? There's no handouts, no safety nets, just pure pressure. Being a man is similar to having pressure put on you from a very early age. However, just like pressure does one of two things: pressure breaks or pressure builds. You have the choice as a man to determine which will be your situation, which will be your case. Everyone is chasing comfort, right? But as a man, if you decide to use this pressure, you can become a freaking monster. You can become a version that is so advanced, a version that is so improved that you can catapult to being the top of the top of the top. This is what's called the male advantage, the male journey. You see, as men, we start off later in life, right? Compared to women, women typically from birth, they have value. Society acknowledges them, society sees them, they are validated because they're a woman. But in general, compared to us men, we have to become valuable. We have to earn our value, you see. We don't just get value, we earn it. And we earn this value by trial, by error, by long-term thinking, playing the game for the long haul, seeing other people pass you by, but sticking out with it. You build yourself, right? And when I'm speaking of this type of men, I'm speaking about the men who were not born into some luxuries, right? I'm talking about the men who have had to create themselves. No handouts. They were not born into the rich family. They were not born into wealth. These are guys who built themselves from scratch, especially if you're average guys too, right? So no special, identificators for them. But if you understand this as a man and you stick with it, man, you have the opportunity to become a monster, but in a positive way, right? You don't peak at 20 as a man. You peak when you've earned it. Men don't have a peak. You peak when you decide you've peaked. If you do your thing as you're supposed to do, if you work as hard as you're supposed to work, if you do what you're supposed to do as a man, you do not have a peak. If you work on yourself, you stay focused on your journey, you don't have a peak. And that is the advantage of being a man, because you have time on your side. Absolutely. Have you noticed even women will tell you, oh, I'm attracted to older men. Why? And if you ask women, why do you typically find older men attractive? They will tell you, oh, because older men are more established, older men are more mature, older men typically have their life in order. So you have time. Women tend to be attracted to older guys. Men tend to be attracted to younger women, right? So it checks out, it balances out. You see what I mean? So you have time on your side as a man, which is why I typically advise men, stop losing yourself over women. Stop it. Stop it. Stop crashing out because of women. You have such a big advantage on your hands. You're a man. And the earlier you start working on yourself and sticking with it, the better. You can be 35 and become the most attractive version of yourself. You can be 55 as a man and become the most attractive version of yourself. But you have to earn it. You must earn it. I think the biggest disconnect on this topic is a lot of men think that, oh, just because you're a man, by default, you're going to be okay. No, you still have to earn it. That's why you're a man, bro. You have to earn every step of the way. You have to work on it. You have to earn it. You're not a woman. And anytime I say this to women, some, not all, some get angry at me thinking I'm demeaning them. No. You're a woman. By default, you're going to get attention. You're going to get validation. You're going to get some type of validation by default of you being a woman. As a man, most men are born invisible. Most men are born unnoticed. You earn your visibility. You earn your how do I put it? You earn your shine as a man, Most men are not born rich. Most men are not born into wealth, you have to earn it. You have to create it. Most men are born with some men are born with skills. You have to take that skill and harness it into something valuable that the market is willing to reward. That is the journey of the man. Right? That is why, for example, you can see a woman can coast through life just off her looks alone. Right? She can coast off her looks alone. Some men can do that, but that is such a minority, man. Most men have to earn it. You got to start a business. You got to fail in that business. You have to be the best of the best in your career. You have to earn it. And that is why when some women complain about men talking about, oh, he's arrogant. I'm like, yeah, well, I can't blame him. I don't like arrogance, but can you blame the guy? If you've built yourself from scratch to becoming one of the best, madam, you're going to have to deal with some arrogance. You're going to have to deal with some arrogance. It is what it is. That's just how the dice rolls. He's earned it. So that's the journey of the man. You build, you become. And this is something that I want a lot of men to put at the back. No, not at the back, at the top of your mind. And I'm also speaking to myself. A lot of men need to embrace delayed gratification. A lot of men need to embrace delayed gratification, especially when it comes to women. Stop crashing out over women. Look, women will always be there. Take it from me. I am 30, and it's like I'm just getting started with my life. I swear to God, man. I kid you not. I just turned 30. I'm a fresh 30-year-old guy. I turned 30 last month, 2nd of May. It's June now. I feel stronger. I feel more confident. I feel like I have the world at my fingertips. This, if I keep working at it, this is my journey for the next 20 years plus. And mind you, the reason why I feel good now at 30 is because I was working my ass off still. Because as a man, you have to earn every step. You're not given anything, bro. You earn it. Especially me, bro. I'm an immigrant. I wasn't given any handout. I built everything from scratch. That is why when I'm talking to people, rich or poor, black or white, I'm talking to you like a fucking confident guy. Because I know who I am. I know what I've had to become. I know what I've had to do to become the kind of guy I am. This is the journey of the man. You build, you stick with it, you improve, and you stay focused on the goal. A lot of men need to embrace delayed gratification. It will do you good. It will do you more good than harm, especially with women. I'm going to make a separate video on this because it is such an important topic that I wish a lot of men would understand. I've seen so many men throw their life down the pipeline for some chick because she's got a nice ass. Bro, do you know how many women are out there? A lot of them. I am 30 years old. There's nothing special about me. Yeah, I work out. Yeah, I take care of myself here and there. I am an average guy by every means necessary. I still get women. In fact, I had to cut some off because I'm like, you know what? I want to just focus on myself. Because I have a delayed gratification mindset with women, and because I have an abundance mindset as a man, I am not bothered by which women is staying with me now or not. Because I know one thing about women. Women will always be there. They're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Write this down and put it somewhere you can see it all the time, brothers. Women are not going anywhere. They're there, man. And this is something I wish a lot of men would understand. Stop crashing out. I mean, every other day I'm seeing reports of guys going to jail, going to prison over a woman. I'm seeing guys losing their lives over a woman. I've seen guys just losing their career, losing their jobs over a woman. Are you for real, bro? I would even tell you as a man, if you know you have a good head on your shoulders and you know that you're working in the right direction, the best advice I can give you is anytime you see stress with women, walk away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Walk away. A man that works on himself will always age like fine wine. If you think I'm lying, watch a lot of these dating shows. Pay attention to what goes on social media. The number of women that are always hunting for good-looking older men. Do you know how many women are attracted to attractive, good-looking older men? And how do you think these older men became good-looking? Because they worked on themselves. They worked hard at their jobs. They took care of their physique, their physicality. They took care of their mindset. They're attractive. If you work on yourself as a man, you will always win. A man will always win if he takes care of himself. This is something that I know for a fact. That is why I don't lose my mind over women. I don't. A man that takes care of himself, improves himself, will always win in the long run. That's a fact. That is why you don't see me losing my mind. I don't. Anytime I talk about women, I talk to them respectfully, always. But I don't put you on a pedestal because I know I will win. I will win. And I'm already seeing it happen now. If you compare, for example, a 35-year-old woman and a 35-year-old man are not the same. A 35-year-old woman typically has a lot of things that she wants to do. Marriage, kids. Not every woman wants kids, but I'm saying, if you compare the average mid-30s man and woman, the mid-30s woman is always the one typically trying to rush things, trying to do things, trying to chase different things. Compared to most men want something a bit more relaxed. And that's not an insult. But a lot of men at 35 still, if you're working on yourself, bro, you're still a hot shot. Don't let that go over your head, man. And that's why I recommend men stop putting women on a pedestal. Work on yourself. Acknowledge women. Absolutely. Love women. Respect women like I do. I do that all the time. But I'll be damned if I'm going to put you on a pedestal. I'll respect you, sure. But I'm for sure not putting you on a pedestal. Because I know as a man what I've had to do to become the guy I am today, the man that I am right now compared to you. Because even if a woman works hard, you're still a woman. You're going to have things given to you. You're going to have some passes here and there that I will never get. Especially if you're a beautiful woman. Holy smokes. I mean, I have a female friend of mine, but we're not friends anymore, like 2 years ago. This girl was getting free invites to parties. She was getting interviews for jobs. She was getting access to different things just off her looks. Now, she was smart too. But I'm not going to lie to you. The looks opened more doors for her than her smarts. And she would even tell you. And I'm happy for her. Get the bag, whatever. But such a woman compared to a man who's had to build himself from scratch. Bro, come on, let's be for real now, man. Who is more valued? Because beauty fades. That is why, for example, you see women who are used to getting, free male attention. As soon as their looks start declining, especially as they're approaching their mid-30s, 40s, what do? They start panicking. They overcorrect. They do crazy things for attention. They don't know what to do with themselves anymore. That is why men have the advantage if the man works on himself. You stay focused. You do what you have to do. You work. You will get the result. You're a man. Men that work on themselves will always win. Delayed gratification. And depending on how you use this pressure as a man, you can become a monster in a good way or you can be defeated. A man should embrace stress, embrace pressure, embrace pain. That is why I recommend men stop seeking comfort all the time. Push yourself. See how far you can go, because the more you push yourself, the more you can expand your comfort zone, and the more you can see who you really are. Look, one of the things that I promise myself is, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but for however long I live, I want to see how far I can go physically. Bro, do you know that there are levels to physical attractiveness? So many men are going through their lives not really seeing how sexually attractive they can become. My goodness. So many untapped potential walking around, man. So many guys walking around not ever seeing their six packs. So many guys walking around not ever seeing their jawline. Why don't you challenge yourself as a guy? Challenge yourself and say, you know what? I want to see what I look like with a six pack at least once in my life. Challenge yourself and say, I want to see what I look like at 10% body fat, 12% body fat. I want to get muscular. I want to get aesthetic. Let me see what I look like. Challenge yourself. Why not, man? I will tell you this. As a man that has achieved, I'm still in decent shape. I could be better, and I'm working on it. But I will tell you this for free, guys. As a man that is working on his physicality and as a man that has achieved top aesthetic physique, the amount of women that were throwing it at me, so many men would never. Look, I even got approached by gay guys. And I will tell you this. You know you are attractive as a man when gay men start approaching you. The moment gay guys start approaching you, just know you're attractive. You know why I say that? I have some gay friends, and these guys are some of the vainest guys I've ever known. And if you're a gay guy watching this, am I wrong? No. I love women. I stick to women all the time. But it's an ego boost. When gay guys approach you, just know you're attractive. Know your face is attractive or your body is attractive. Something about you is physically appealing. Believe me. Because gay guys are very picky. That was when I was like, yeah, I think I'm the shit now. But guess what? I had to earn it. It took me 2 years of relentless training to achieve that physique. I'm getting there now. I'm bigger, but I want to maintain it. I want to get aesthetic. Why not, man? Why not? Why don't you ask yourself as a guy, how intelligent can I become? How many countries can I travel to? How can I get my mindset to be top notch? How educated can I become? It's not even about women all the time, man. The less women you seek, the more women you get. This is how women work. Embrace hardship. Embrace pain. Don't run away from it. Go to it. Embrace it. Use it as your fuel, man. So many guys in this generation, man, a lot of guys are running away from stress. You're running away from pain. You're running away from hustle. You're running away from challenges. And then when you see the guys that have embraced pain, the guys that have embraced challenges, you get jealous of them. Don't be jealous. Those guys worked their ass off for it, man. They absolutely worked for it. Oh, yes. When you see a guy celebrating his success, some guys might hate on that guy, but nobody's asking, how many late nights was that guy up working on his business? How many rejections has that guy gotten working on his business? How many bankruptcies has that guy experienced because of his business? Yet, a lot of people are more than happy to leave hate comments on that guy. Or when you see an athlete becoming successful, do you know how many late nights that person has sacrificed? For every success you see, there is a backstory of hustle, of pain, of struggle in there. I'm telling you, this is life as a man. That is why for me, my YouTube channel right now, I don't get a lot of views, but it is what it is. I am doing it because I'm passionate and hopefully someday it clicks. But imagine this YouTube channel becomes a big platform 2-3 years from now, and I've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers or whatever. People are going to be like, oh my God, look at this guy. But look, for 2 years, I'm trying to get views, man. That's me, but I keep doing it. Embrace the pain. Stop quitting. Stop quitting at every sign of hustle. Stop quitting at every sign of stress. Be a man that has resilience. Be a man that has grit. Be a man that is willing to take rejection, not look down on himself, goes back out there to compete. That is the journey of a man. That is the warrior mindset. That is the man that has the warrior mindset. And that is the man that will win. Because he's a man that shows up. Do you know how much society rewards men that are willing to show up and challenge and take pain? That is what men were built for. That is what men were built for. Men were built for pain. And I say this to men all the time. Anytime you are struggling with something, go back to your biology. Go back to your DNA. What were you built for? Men were not built for comfort. Men were built for pain. I say this all the time. Men were built for pain. A man that is too comfortable is a man that will lose himself soon. Either he will lose himself physically, literally, if you know what I mean, or he will lose himself mentally. A dormant man is a useless man. I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's the truth. Men were built for action. Men were built for pain. Men were built for something. You are not built to sit down and wallow away. No. Do you know that men are more happy when they are doing something, when they are building a company, they are building they're building their body, they're engaged in the community, they're providing, they're protecting, you're doing something, you're active. Men were built for activity. That is why anytime this is, well, take it as you wish. If you see like a fat guy, men were not built to be overweight, bruh. You're not built to be fat. You know, when you see a guy that is fat, weighing 500 kilograms or 500 pounds, whatever, cannot move, big ass tummy, big ass, competing with women. What the fuck? Nature will ruin you because nature's like, you are not supposed to be this big, bro. You are not supposed to be this big, buddy. You're supposed to be an active man. Men were not built for comfort. Men were built for pain, for competition. That's what men are built for. Building companies, building societies, working hard, defending, creating, managing, protecting. You think I'm lying? Look at the build of an average man. Compare the biology of the man and the biology of the woman. We have testosterone. What is testosterone for? Testosterone is energy, right? It's the testosterone in your body that makes you want to go out there and do something. Because you're supposed to do that. And if you compare the testosterone level of the average man in the West today and the average man in the past, it's lower today. Because we are comfortable. Men were not built for too much comfort. And as a man, you have the luxury, you have the privilege to reinvent yourself. You're not doomed. If you're starting your life at 30, so be it. Start. If you're starting your life at 50, so be it. Start. If you're starting your life at 60, so be it. Start. Stop looking down on yourself. Because guess what? If you as a man, you're looking down on yourself, society doesn't give a shit about you. Society doesn't care. You're feeling down? Well, so what? Toughen up. Yes, stop. A lot of men need to stop looking for feminine treatment. You're a man, bro. And by default of you being a man, there are certain things you're going to get. There are certain things you're not going to get. I feel down about myself some days. But guess what? I pick myself back up, bro. I deal with it. I deal with the emotions. I deal with the anxiety. I deal with the depression. I deal with it. I acknowledge it. I'm not ignoring it. But I know I need to get back up and get back into the field and do something about it. I need to keep making videos for my YouTube channel. I need to keep building my company. I need to keep doing my job. I need to be showing up for my family. It's my duty. I need to keep working on myself. I need to keep working on my physicality. I need to keep working on my mindset. I may never be perfect, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep showing up. This is the journey of the man. Thanks for listening.